Okay, let's jump right into this explainer. We hear the word cloud all the time, and it sounds so light, fluffy, and completely weightless, right? Well, the reality is a lot heavier. It's actually made of concrete, steel, and just massive, massive amounts of electricity. Today, we're going to explore the deeply physical engineering efforts working behind the scenes to power artificial intelligence. Because when we use AI today, the experience is so incredibly seamless that it's easy to completely overlook the physical reality making it all happen. But as we'll uncover, the true cost of this tech isn't just in the software code, it's in heavy, tangible, physical infrastructure. So it brings us to a really fundamental question. When you ask AI something, where exactly does the power come from? While it feels like this pure magic floating invisibly in the ether, generating that single answer requires immense physical infrastructure and heavy industry. Every single time an AI model is trained, or honestly, just every time it processes a workload to give you an answer, it requires enormous, sustained electrical power. And that power doesn't just materialize out of thin air. It's often concentrated in a single, massive physical facility. Which brings us to Section 1, the AI energy surge and a massive demand challenge. We are facing an unprecedented electricity demand challenge right now that our legacy power grids were simply never, ever designed to handle. Just to give you an idea of the scale we're talking about, total data center electricity demand is expected to more than triple by the year 2030. That is a 3x increase driven directly by the rapid growth of AI computing. Think about that for a second. Tripling the demand in just a few short years. This surge is creating huge engineering headaches, for sure, but it's also opening up incredible opportunities across renewable power integration, advanced cooling, and chip design. We are literally having to rethink how we generate and route electricity on a massive scale just to keep up. To put that scale into perspective, a single large AI data center requires the sustained electrical power of an entire mid-sized city. Yeah, an entire city. Local grids were historically built for distributed loads, a neighborhood here, a commercial district there. They were absolutely not built for a single building pulling a city's worth of power, 24 hours a day, nonstop. Moving on to Section 2, stressing the power grid. Old infrastructure meets new load. Let's start our macro to micro zoom at the regional level, where that aging grid infrastructure is really struggling with this new, highly concentrated demand. See, if you want to build a data center, you can't just plug it into the wall. You have to enter what are known as grid interconnection queues. These are essentially massive waiting lists to connect to the grid. Because these lines have grown incredibly long in high-demand areas, utilities are facing this massive pressure to accelerate new substations and transmission line construction, which, if you know anything about infrastructure, is a notoriously slow process that can take many, many years. So, to avoid those agonizing construction delays, grid operators are getting creative. They're deploying advanced forecasting tools and grid-enhancing technologies, like dynamic line rating. Essentially, they use real-time weather and sensor data to push wires safely to their absolute physical limits. They're quite literally trying to squeeze every last drop of capacity out of the transmission lines we already have, just to avoid waiting on new construction. But data center developers, well, they can't always afford to wait in line. So they're bypassing these grid delays entirely by just building their own power plants. We're talking about facilities installing their own natural gas turbines or even exploring small modular nuclear reactors just to guarantee their power supply. And alongside all this, they're deploying massive battery storage right next door to smooth out demand spikes and provide crucial backup power if there are any local grid disturbances. All right, Section 3, rethinking data center design to solve the thermal challenge. Let's step off the grid and actually go inside the data center facility. We're packing all this computing power into one physical footprint, creates some incredibly serious electrical and plumbing headaches. For decades, data centers just used massive fans and air conditioning, but modern AI chips run so incredibly hot that traditional air cooling is effectively useless. It just doesn't cut it anymore. This requires an entirely new approach. Direct liquid cooling. Facilities are now circulating coolant directly to the hot chip's surfaces and allows them to pack way more computing power into the exact same physical space. But, it requires entirely new plumbing infrastructure routed deep within the server racks. And cooling isn't the only thing changing inside these walls. Power delivery is rapidly evolving too. Because every time you convert power, you lose a little bit of it as heat. To fight this, facilities are moving to higher voltage DC distribution. This cuts down on internal conversion losses and squeezes every last possible drop of efficiency out of the electricity they've managed to bring into the building. Which brings us to Section 4, efficiency at the chip level. The microscopic focus. We've gone from the power grid to the building, and now let's zoom all the way down to the microscopic level to see how the silicon itself is adapting to fight this energy crisis. Semiconductor chip design is fundamentally evolving in response to this power crunch. By focusing relentlessly on performance per watt, chip-level efficiency actively reduces the massive electrical infrastructure burden created by each new generation of hardware. It's no longer just about making the absolute fastest chip out there. It's about prioritizing the computing output relative to the electrical power it consumes. And because of this intense microscopic to macroscopic integration, the job of an electrical engineer is completely transforming. You can't just know circuits anymore. Engineers in this fast-growing, high-demand field now need cross-disciplinary fluency in massive power systems, intense thermal dynamics, and complex computing infrastructure all at the exact same time. It's like a giant puzzle. Section 5. Powering a carbon-free future. Integrating clean energy. Finally, zooming back out to the big picture. How do we do all of this without ruining the environment? Well, large tech companies are actively signing massive, direct power purchase agreements with wind and solar developers to keep this surging demand clean.
But a lot of operators aren't just settling for yearly averages, where they just buy enough green energy to offset their footprint over 12 months. They're pushing for something way more difficult: round-the-clock carbon-free power matching. The goal here is to source clean, renewable energy for every single hour of data center operation, day and night, rain or shine. This clean energy push leads to a really fascinating concept called demand flexibility. Data centers are actually starting to act a bit like giant grid batteries. They monitor local grid conditions, identify AI training workloads that aren't super urgent, and voluntarily delay them. They essentially shift those computational tasks to times when renewable energy, like midday solar, is naturally abundant and cheap on the grid. Grid modernization is reshaping generation, transmission, and facility design all at the exact same time. And honestly, this demand shows absolutely no signs of slowing down. So every time you type a simple AI text prompt, you are triggering a monumental cascade of physical engineering, from grid interconnection queues to liquid-cooled plumbing, all the way down to high-efficiency silicon. So before you generate your next image or ask an AI to write a quick email for you, ask yourself, as this technology becomes utterly indispensable, are we prepared for the massive physical footprint it leaves behind on our planet? Thank you so much for joining this explainer. The modernization of our electrical grid is touching every single aspect of our lives, not just AI. Be sure to tune in next time when we'll go inside the electric vehicle charging station to uncover the incredibly complex power electronics making fast charging a reality. See you then.